I love game jams. I have taken part in lots of them over the years, from ones run by universities for me and my peers, to ones run by organisations and set up internationally through Yuki or the Global Game Jam. I have both enjoyed and learnt a lot by taking part in these friendly, competitive competitions. But I find some people asking one question: why do game jams matter? Hi, my name is Michael Kirby, and welcome to my discussion about game design topics. Game jams are a fun and creative way for people to try and make video games from scratch, in teams or independently. These contests are usually set up during a short time period and have limitations or rules for everyone to follow. But what can we gain from taking part in these events? Networking. This may seem a bit of an odd one, as when we think about networking, we think of meetings at events or conventions and handing out business cards. But truth be told, game jams are a fun way to meet new people all across the globe, whether it be face to face or virtually through servers and other social media sites. As so many events are currently not happening right now, these virtual game jams are a great way to make up for missed networking opportunities. While you can work with people you already know, it is always encouraged to take the opportunity to work with complete strangers. You could be a designer looking for an artist looking for a programmer, and so on. You may find people do not work in the game industry, but are part of other industries, from IT, illustration, graphic design, music, TV and film. Either way, you will always find someone looking for roles needed for the game jam, and you will share these experiences with them while building up connections which could lead you to work with them again on future projects, game jam related or not. Another key theme we can gain from game jams is portfolio work. Game jams are a great way to build up portfolio work, which is great for when you apply to jobs in the industry, as it demonstrates your skills, working to deadlines, teamwork and communication. You can also take the opportunity to use new technology and techniques that you otherwise haven't been able to try out yet. Especially if you're fresh out of school and have no industry experience, game jams can at least show off your passion and give you some form of experience, as you will find most, if not all, game jams are very beginner friendly. Just don't go in expecting to make an RPG game. Moving on, you will find that there is plenty of jams. There are many places that do game jams. itch.io always has some form of game jams happening on their site. They can be small niche jams like making a game in PowerPoint, or bigger well-known game jams like Game Maker's Toolkit Annual Game Jam. There are game jams like the Weekly Game Jam, which, as you can guess, is a game jam held every week. And there's also Ludum Dare, which is another great site to check out. And those are just the ones off the top of my head. So you have plenty of choices, and each one allows you to experiment and try out new things. If you're a student and you're studying games, it might be worth asking your university or course leaders to see if they hold game jams. And if there aren't, perhaps try organising one for yourself and your peers. Again, going back to networking, it's a great way for you to work with other people in other courses, as well as to get to know your own classmates even better. Game jams can even be the origin of more. What do I mean by this? I mean game jams can be the origin to start-up companies, or even lead to commercially successful released versions of games. Great examples of this are Hollow Knight, Superhot, Goat Simulator, Snake Pass and Surgeon Simulator, just to name a few, but there are many more out there. And all these games have in common is they all start off as game jam projects. I was able to speak to one of the members of Superhot, and when I asked them about how the game jam impacted their game, I was told Superhot was conceived at 7-day FPS game jam. Its influence cannot be understated. The game probably wouldn't exist without that event. Having completed an early workable prototype at the game jam, we knew the idea was worth pursuing, so you might say that the event pushed the team to create a real proof of concept. While the tales of these games' development may differ, this is proof that all of these game jam games flourished because of how popular they were and how passionate their creators were. They grew and became the successes that we know of them as today. One of my favourite movie quotes from film history is "Big things have small beginnings." And this quote reigns so much truth here. Each of these games started off as small vertical slices, and over time they became big successful releases. And now we arrive at arguably the most important point in the video, and that is fun. Though there are many elements that you can gain professionally from taking part in game jams, but the joy and fun you get from taking part in something that has no strings tied to it can be a great way to make friends, relax, unwind, and let your creativity run wild. It's also good for the mind to have fun while working on game jams, as it helps balance out stress from the tasks of everyday life. While it's super easy to get stressed and take game jams seriously, just remember it's okay to take things easy and just enjoy the process of making games with friends and fellow peers. Next up is advice. Going back to lovely folk at SUPERHOT, I asked them what advice they have for those who want to take part in game jams. They said, focus on bare essentials first, assess realistically what is supposed to make the game tick and do this. If you have time left, go that extra mile. These tips may seem obvious, but as I know from my own experiences and talking to other developers like the people at SUPERHOT, many people overreach during game jams and underestimate the amount of time it takes to work on things during a game jam. Essentially, game jams matter because they offer so much for so little in return. And if you want to be a part of the games industry, game jams have you covered, giving you basic skills and understanding of what it takes to make a game, growing your social and communication skills, adding to your portfolio, and of course, ultimately, having fun. A big thank you for everyone supporting my content, and to those at SUPERHOT for answering my questions for the video. If you enjoy these types of videos, then subscribe and hit the bell icon for more notifications about future projects. If you want to see case study videos about level design, then watch my 3-part mini-series about level design, Untold Tricks. Or if you're an aspiring game dev who wants to expand your toolbox, then check out these videos. All that being said, have a great day and catch you in the next video.